Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Phantom Brigade, where we are desperately trying to fight a wave of negative perception. I don't get how people's hope is so low. We're doing the thing, slowly, perhaps not massively competently, but it's getting done, basically. So anyway, we liberated a zone here. We are parading and resupplying, and all kinds of stuff is getting on the docket here. And we have some rebuilding to do when these mech frames finish. For the moment, though, a giant at rest. When the enemies are gone, when the initial shock has left most of the crew numb, the base returns to the smoldering aftermath of the battle. One of your scouts, fresh from the countryside and bruised by this first harsh reality of war, keeps insisting that maybe the pilots survived the blast, that you should go back and check, that maybe you couldn't see their ejection through the smoke, that maybe witnessing the damage to the cockpit isn't enough to convince the scout. They burst through the base doors, slipping in the muddy tracks a tank left behind, to throw themselves at the lost pilot's mech. They're so small next to the fallen metal giant, and when there's no response from within, they fall silent. The crew joins the scout to pay their respects. This is a weird, mechanically, this is a weird way to reflect mourning. I think the problem with all pilots having only one stat is definitely being shown here, because you have so few ways to, model anything. Oh, actually, where was the upgrade that lets the forge work on more than one thing at a time? Is that something we can do? Yes, it is. We have come across on rare components. Pardon me. I think that's probably worth doing here. We are gonna need to get these mech frames out a little bit faster than we are doing. Okay, yeah, so with that, all right. It looks like it's not quite at full efficiency. The mech frame jumped up from 10 hours to 11, but it's still good. All right, now that we're done parading, we can head back and do a proper resupply. Definitely need to get our liquid fix back up. I'm hoping that we can recruit at a resupply point. I don't actually know for sure whether or not that's a thing we're going to be able to do. Okay. So it costs, hold on, it costs 200 supplies? Pause. As your good reputation spreads, more recruits request to join your ranks. Some fought in the last war, others are untested but spurred to action by the invasion. The base will be deployed for 5 hours and can't be busy with another resupply task. And only one pilot can be recruited at a time. That's a lot of weird restrictions. Well, we definitely need to do a rest and resupply, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. The mech frames will finish shortly before we are done with that, so we can rebuild some stuff. And I'm thinking we want to recruit a few pilots, so we're probably going to have to scrap some parts. Let's have a look at that now. I guess, you know what? I want to build mechs, and then we'll scrap what's left over. And I don't want to scrap things before we figure out what we actually need. And I don't actually, as far as I'm aware, nothing mechanically is happening in the other provinces while we are waiting. Just burning time here doesn't make things any harder anywhere else. So there's no impetus to be quick or time efficient, except when you're actually in another province because it's driving up the resistance level. I don't know if I like that as a design. Okay, so what do we have here? First of all, we have kind of every class of weapon you could want, huh? I am interested in trying a marksman rifle. Sort of a DMR kind of vibe, halfway between an assault rifle and a sniper rifle. Yeah, so we have a level 3 marksman rifle. What is plated just more integrity? Yeah, okay. We so far haven't found a good reason to use a handgun, like at all. Well, maybe, hold on. What's the minimum range on a marksman rifle? 45 to 71. So you do want to be a little closer. 27 to 39. The range for the handgun is entirely inside the marksman rifle range. Maybe this is actually a good... Gosh, we are very short on secondary weapons, though. Okay, so this thing is going to be a little bit longer range. We don't necessarily need all of the integrity and armor here. What we need more than anything is mobility on this one. So why is this 2++ torso 216 integrity and this one 461? I'm trying to like compare these other numbers. None of these other numbers seem different enough to justify. Oh, because I'm looking just at the integrity. This also has barrier. We might want to save the barrier for something that's going to be in closer combat. We're planning on building 3 bodies here. So we have this level 3 torso with the improved cooling. They all actually have thrusters. I don't know the difference between these thrusters off the top of my head, and I can't mouse over them without installing them, which is super annoying. Optimized for successive short maneuvers, suboptimal for long-range traversal. So 60 thrust for 64 heat generation. Yeah, okay. So the common base thruster is 50% more heat for 50% more distance. One power versus -2 power. What does power mean in this context? Output of the reactor core subsystem counteracts mass to determine movement speed. Okay, so it's drain on the reactor. Okay. Improves heat capacity. Lowered mass. I mean... increased rate of barrier regeneration at the cost of heat dissipation in a body part that has no barrier. Huh. Can I... it doesn't seem like I can pull these out. Oh no, I would do it from here. Okay. I see. But that part where... oh no, this is our reactor. It just has the... it has the barrier. It is a type of reactor that has the barrier thing on it. So 10.5 heat dissipation, 100 heat capacity, and 80 power. So we would be better swapping this. Something that has a higher total power. Yeah, let's put in this overdrive reactor. Okay. Let's give it some legs. And we really just kind of want the fastest legs, right? I mean, integrity matters. It's not like the thing is for sure never going to be shot. It is not actually... So 16.3 mass is pretty standard across all these. These legs seem like garbage. But aside from that, it seems pretty common across all these. This is more of a combat design here. So let's go for these. Plus 10% thrust. We also have some mass reduction and heat dissipation. So any reduction in mass is going to increase speed because speed is a function of mass reducing power, as shown in the handy graph up here. Mass reduces thrust to give you your dash distance. Mass reduces power to give you your movement speed. And then your class is determined entirely by raw mass. I think I like this system. I think I like some of what's going on here. So plus 10% thrust, I think I would rather replace it with just a mass reduction. I don't necessarily love heat dissipation, especially when we're generating a lot of heat per shot. Yeah, like the lack of heat, a loss of heat dissipation is a little bit of a bummer, but ranging is going to be really important with this thing. And you know, there's a lot to be said for speed. Although maybe, hold on. Maybe we want to do this one, because we might want to put this into the new assault rifle mech, right? Speed up is a big deal there as well, for obvious reasons. So do we care very much about... This heavy arm adds heat capacity, which might actually be a good idea given how much heat that rifle generates. I know this is going to be kind of a goofy looking mech, but... But it's not specifically the arm. We could pull that capacity out and put it somewhere else if we wanted to. I'm going to throw on this other arm for the better heat dissipation as well. And it's got some heavy mass, which is, you know, it's part of what the mass increase is part of what is making the heat dissipation so effective. So I'll take it. It's kind of a weird design, but I think it will be good for our purposes. So it's got a speed of 21. How does that compare to our other mechs? It is tied with the sniper for the fastest among our mechs. The shotgun mech, which we routinely use to run into people, only has 13 speed. So I have to imagine 21 speed is going to be sufficient for getting away from people. Can we look at you? Why do you not have dash? You have literally 0 thrust. Can we fix that? And the problem is too many of the parts of this thing just don't have... Oof. Yeah, we need more raw parts because we need to do upgrades on our base mechs as well. Alright. Let's build that new assault rifle mech. And then I'm kind of thinking maybe a machine gunner. I'd like to test a machine gunner. You really should be able to just move the mouse right and be able to mouse over, because like I don't know what adjustable 2 means. And I shouldn't have to equip the thing to find out. Okay, so it makes it more effective. It makes it effective at a larger spate of ranges. So the AR bursts 3 is it's just a worse gun than this particular 2+. Yeah, okay. I feel comfortable with that conclusion. Honestly, I might want a shield on this thing. It ends up in close range a lot. This shield has 9.2 mass on it. This thing is just a barrier, but it's so light. Yeah, I actually really like that. Is like the sort of the difference between a buckler and a tower shield. All right, let's get a torso in there. So the torso with the barrier definitely seems compelling. And I like the restoration reactor in this one. What is this hybrid sensor? Okay. Reduces scatter. So this thing's going to have actually a very wide effective range, which rules. Although it's maybe going to need that less than a lot of other mechs because it's going to also be good at repositioning itself. So we have some medium legs with 332 integrity. Some heavies with 382. I do like these with the amount of heat dissipation they have. I think we're going to go for the 3+ here. And then which arms do we want to throw on you? We are actually going to run out of arms. All we have are these heavies. What is the basic plate? Just improves mass and integrity. Okay. And the other arm, these are identical. Okay, so that makes it a heavy mech, and it only has 11 speed. It is, in fact, not going to be super fast. And as such, it is going to need the increased range. Yeah, this is not precisely the kind of mech I was hoping to build. And then we won't actually be able to finish this thing because we don't have enough arms, so we'll have to wait on that. I do think this is kind of silly. Like, the base can't be resupplying while your recruiters are recruiting. You're prepared to set off on your next mission after a short rest stop, but for one problem. One of your newest pilots is still MIA. Can't find her up here either, a mechanic calls down from the control room. You cast your gaze around the mech bay, receiving shrugs and shaking heads from those present. Look out there, a scout calls, pointing through the doors. Your missing pilot wanders out of the trees, a stuffed rucksack in her hands. You don't have time to launch into your prepared response when she arrives, because the crew crowds around like rowdy children. The pilot doles out handfuls of fresh-picked raspberries, shooting you an apologetic look over her crewmate's shoulders. Well, like, it's annoying to me, but I don't think extended rest actually does anything mechanically. Like, there's no reason to reprimand the pilot. Again, as far as I'm aware, if it is the case that there is something going on that that means we should be moving fast even when we're in this phase, then the game has not communicated that to me in any way. Why can I not recruit pilot? Oh, because we're down to 100 supplies. Well, let's scrap some stuff because we do need to do that. We definitely have more guns than we need. I'm comfortable junking that. This. I'm a little leery about losing legs, but so we need to scrap at least 25 materials worth of something. I'd hate to get rid of our only weapon of a type. Alright, apparently we're only going to be able to recruit one more. We still can't. Do we have to be in a place that is marked for, like, recruitment? We freed the village. Yeah, maybe you can only recruit in places that are marked for it. Okay, I thought maybe having a little time pass while we had the supplies would open up the button. Okay, so this is just an objective. That's weird that that's all... Okay, it's weird that that's pointed all the way back there. I am not clear on why we can't recruit a new pilot, and it seems like we really need to. Like, we're just not going to be able to run 4 mechs right now, and that's problematic. I guess let's try driving out to the village, and we'll see if maybe I just need to be somewhere else. The game is not good at communicating to me why things do and do not work. No, okay, you have to be at a resupply point to do resupply tasks. That makes total sense. Now I'm allowed to recruit. I needed to leave and come back. Okay, also, you know, also it's buggy. That doesn't help. Okay. Well, I think that's about the best it's going to get until we go and get some more parts. And it seems like things fan out in such a way that we can just kind of pick wherever and... Yeah, all right, it's all the same. Well, this one's close. So I'm allowed to hit contest right away, but I would like to get eyes on at least some of the points of interest. Something in the distance. They spotted something. When you look, you see what looks like a person tied with their hands behind them at the base of a tree. Well, this could be an ambush. Let's go find out. You come by a man who looks to be in bad shape. He's filthy and covered in painful-looking bruises. An enemy pilot tied up and abandoned. Wait, hey, I need help. It could be an ambush, boss, murmurs your scout. To the pilot, she asks, why'd they leave you here? Insubordination, he huffs. I want it out. A deserter. Call it whatever you want, says the pilot. Just give me a hand, won't you? Yeah, sure. There is no military activity at this cache. Weird. Because we could just press this button now. This area is marked as level 2+, so it's still like definitely within our range. We wouldn't just stomp over everybody, so I'm a little reluctant to just jam on the button before even knowing where the bases are. Okay. Heavily guarded, attacking it will draw attention. I like that. Let's go knock this out, and then we'll see about contesting the province. So I think I want to bring the assault rifle mech back online. We're only allowed to run 4 at a time. Yeah, I think this is a pretty powerful mech. The way this UI is built, it sure looks like there's supposed to be room for more mechs here, but in terms of like what's laid out on the screen, I don't see how you would fit them, so I'm guessing we'll only ever be able to run 4 at a time. It could do the XCOM thing, though, where like the camera zooms back a little bit when you get your extended group abilities. So we are allowed to retreat. Destroy this alarm tower to prevent the deployment of reserve units. We only have 4 turns to get to that and knock it over. And right now we see turrets and 2 mechs and 2 tanks, and that's it. A cannon, missile launcher, an assault rifle, and an autocannon. Okay, so most of the enemies here are direct fire. Oh, you have a secondary missile launcher. Also heavy, lots of heavies. Well, if we were gonna fuck that thing up, I don't know, that's gonna require some mobility on our part. And of course, shield mech starts in the back, because why wouldn't you want the shield mech to start in the back? Alright, so we're charging forward. Right here, we're going to have a nice clean shot on this thing. It's within our range a little bit. Maybe it's better for me to move like... Hold on, let me replace that attack now, just for... Yeah, we can start firing a little earlier. Get some nice clean damage in here. So, missiles on both of you two. And if the tank has its way, I mean, obviously, this mech cannot be allowed to just stand here. We'll see. I get a free shot right away. Might be able to just bust this tank. And then you start running. Run to here, then dash to lose the missile. It's a tiny bit of overheat, but it'll be fine. I don't think the cannon fire is likely to be a big deal at this range. And how long do I have to wait? I mean, that thing's outside of optimal range, but maybe we'll get lucky. I also could move forward a bit to put it back into optimal range. Yeah, and this lets me use this building as a blocker. I want to try to stop moving as early in the shot as possible, obviously. But I also want to get a little cover from the building. Nah, never mind. Screw cover from the building. Let's just position for like here. And we'll rely on other people to finish killing the tank. There's some chance that that first shot's just going to do it, right? It does feel like this mech could probably step to about here and just hose down this area, right? And probably just eat the missile fire. I think it'll be fine. Shotgun mech then probably runs around behind. I try to put myself over here where I'm a threat to the tower. There's never really a good time for this mech to attack, though. We'll just shield up as we approach. Alright, I'm pretty comfortable with that, I think. Let's run it. Alright, hard miss. It's looking promising, though. Pilot down. I can't tell. Is it pilot down on both of them? No. This one's crashing, but not in a way that seems to mean very much. It's definitely still mobile. Well, I might be able to stop it from doing anything else, though, real quick. So you wanna... Yeah, okay, they're not doing a lot of shooting this turn. So this mech here wants to shoot at the assault mech. We just need to keep it in cover until that's over. I don't think that this thing's actually going to get that attack off, so I'm not too stressed about this. Hold on, if I run like that, though, I'm actually going to have a hard time shooting. Maybe I only run over to here? Does the second work cooled down enough? Just have at somebody? Okay. I think we can probably just wait there. You can start firing again right away. And I think I am just going to, I think I am basically just going to burn for a location here, put bullets across, and try to discourage any approach. Can I start this right away? I probably don't want to start it right away. I probably do want to, yeah. Wait just a second for the heat to come off. All right, and then you two. I think I am going to try to make it to a position where I can shoot that reinforcement tower. I think that's my move. We really have to approach quite a lot. Yeah, I have to get to, like, all the way over to here. Fortunately, I don't think the rest of these enemies pose all that much of a threat. Not to be disrespectful or anything, but... I do think it's probably worth just taking out this tower. So the tower starts shooting back right here. It's probably better to throw a shield down. And then attack again afterward. Not just absorb everything. Alright, let's see how this goes. I'm really hopeful we can get this tank down. Okay, that looked pretty conclusive. The bullets aren't getting past the tanks at all. They're not that tall. Like, it's very strange to me that he chose to fire downward with all those bullets. Because that is absolutely just downward. This thing's at like half health still? Jeez. All right. We expect that's going to do good damage. Actually, the way that's aimed, it's a little low on the tower. Here we go. Now we are shooting over. Try my level best to make sure I actually break this thing in half. I just put a couple of absolutely massive shells through there. Everybody's setting up missile fire. What I can do is probably wait until about here. Wait until they're both actually done firing, and then dash to burn the missile tracking. I could dash up on top of this building. I don't know that that's actually useful, though. Could dash up here. That's pretty sick. And then once I have done that, let's see. You're going to be... Well, this thing is at optimal range. It's going to have some buildings between me and it, though. I am wondering about... Wondering about just letting this thing have it, even with the low chance to hit. We shoot so many bullets that a fair number of them in total are going to hit. And while this isn't a great strategy for overall damage necessarily, I wonder if it might be good enough for the concussion. So interestingly, that thing's charging over to here. So not actually threatening the assault rifle mech at all. I kind of think I'm going to do this. Can you not just jump over that? You got to be like... Well, you got to be a challenge. Because what I want to do is get into a spot where I can be shooting into the backside of that thing. So if I do this, we are absolutely going to collide. I will wait politely for this thing to pass. And then the moment it looks like that shot's pretty clear, just contribute to the concussion. Yeah, okay, let's see. I'm a little worried about how much damage we're going to take here. Yep, that does lose those missiles. And the plan totally worked. This thing got him down to like 9 concussion, and the shots from the other thing finished him off. That turret's down, and this building is, as far as I can see, literally unharmed. Does the sniper rifle just not do damage to buildings? Hold on, let's replay from this perspective. Yeah, looks like... First of all, half of my bullets are missing. But secondly, yeah, it seems to have no effect at all. Okay, you're going to fire missiles at my sniper. That's fine, I suppose. Doesn't actually seem like it intends to be very threatening this round. I think we can probably do a lot of good work here. Actually, I wonder if we'd be better served... Well, the position I'm in, we shouldn't be cross-firing each other. This should be fine. Alright, as soon as your boots are stable, just let them have it. And you are going to do something else. We'll see if those missiles even go off. Oh right, the shotgunner. I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to deal with their reserve reinforcements. So I don't think I can get over there and crush that thing in time. But I also don't think I care. So yeah, you're just gonna run over because you're gonna help deal with the turrets. Okay, a missile got off. Five new hostile contacts. They were not kidding. Do we know where? Okay, they're all coming in from this corner, which is actually pretty good for us, I think. So let's see. Your legs can wait till here, and then we probably want to back up. Gonna have stuff coming around behind us. I have a hard time imagining this mech surviving the rest of the fire. Oh, but I probably shouldn't move until I'm done shooting. Yeah, we'll press up and see what that looks like. So there is a missile incoming. It would probably be a good idea for me to jump down. I could wait a while, probably. It is just one missile. I could also just ignore it. Yeah, I might just ignore it, actually. Let's wait until that bit of fire goes off and then readjust position between shots. Somewhere where I can maybe be a little bit more of a threat to the oncoming enemies. And you, I think, are actually going to... You're blocked basically the whole way if we do that. Yeah, I really want to finish the attack before the blocking action happens. Even if the angle's not, or the distance is not great. So here comes everything else. Let's get Shotgun Mech into position to actually help. The thing is still moving. Pilot still has 5 health. Alright, so that tower is down. Start with a sniper rifle, who's just like right on top of this thing. Not going to be able to get up on top of a building like that. If I just wait, will they wander into my firing range? Probably. Not quickly, though. I'm just really not in a good position to be able to fire around, like to work around this thing. So far, it doesn't seem to have done any damage to me at all, but it looks like that will change if I get down on the ground. I can just pop it repeatedly with my handgun. It actually does intend to shoot at me now. Alright, what if I run around back here? I won't be able to get any meaningful shots off this turn, but I don't think I'll need to either. Like, no, for real, die. I do not like the amount of fire I am receiving here. Yeah, we could run to there immediately. And then I suppose just wait. Alright, we're gonna back out. Advance plant feet and do some damage. A lot of enemies just trying to shoot straight through things. Machine guns and autocannons. I mean, they're doing a good job of keeping me from wanting to approach anymore on this side. Just run back here in the hopes of wasting a lot of their effort. I don't think that that's necessarily terrible. Just like be on block mode for those missiles. And then once we've done that, continue forward. This battle's turning out to be a little bit more of a thing than I was hoping. How are you still alive? All of your body parts are at like minimum function. All right, there's no way it survives this, right? Cannot. You're starting to take damage. This thing will be firing for at least half the turn. We might have some shots through here. Is it blocked? Where's the blocking? Like right at the end. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's below my shot a little bit. Can wait for there and get it almost guaranteed. Then take another one. Here's hoping. We're doing really good damage here. I am unsure how much I want to move. I might not do very much this turn with you. Hey, just definitely stay put until you're done firing. Yeah, then we run forward, and I think that's really all we can do there. Shotgunner. Shotgunner can do stuff. So here comes an awful lot of missiles. Shield up in this general direction. And then it is going to try to shoot at me right away, so I'm going to go ahead and shield even through the end of the turn here. We're going to get some counter fire on the sniper, but at a range that I think is well beyond what they can actually manage. It is really hard to keep track of everything that's going on. Okay, finally down. Sniper fire did no damage, followed by completely killing the thing in a single volley. Pretty good, pretty good. The shotgun mech has lost its shotgun. Okay, that thing is concussed out. Yeah, I need a better angle. Can I scurry up on top of these buildings? I can. There you go. There's your shot. The the shield mech has become a medium mech, which threw me for a moment there. Keep your shield pointed at this thing while you disengage. Extra disengage here. Yeah, a lot of focus. A lot of focus on that particular mech. Is that blocked? Oh, it's blocked by the edge of the building. Yeah, okay. If I wait a little bit longer, we can get a cleaner shot. I think I don't really want to do anything other than just let him come into the range and snap him. And then you definitely need to get into position to do some more harm. Yeah, getting up here would be a good idea, I think. Although, actually, they're backing away from that building. Maybe what I want to do instead is something more like this. I mean, I guess we can only really make it to here this turn. Yeah, given how good our heat economy is, I think we can snap off a couple of shots here. As I move through the arc, there'll be a moment there where he's visible. We might get like 1 or 2 bullets on him. And I think we can afford to fish like that. Okay, building eats most of that. This guy's in some serious trouble. Ooh, look at that. I'm not going to fire again until this guy starts blocking the tank. And I know he's shooting a missile volley, but I think we're not going to do anything about it. Like, I think I can probably just take it. The sniper hasn't gotten hit by anything yet. So as we round the corner to here... maybe I'd be better off not going for that attack. and just continuing the path kind of this way. Honestly, though, this is a situation where we're not going to have a clean shot again, though. Yeah, we'll just see what kind of stray bullets we can land this way. Pilot concussed, great news. Some of those are going to get eaten by the building. Not too many. And yep, I just took him completely down right in front of that tank, so it's not getting any action anymore. Oh, right, I forgot about the turret that still exists over here. So this tank's plan is just to roll right forward on us. Well, I'm going to let the turret do what it's going to do, I think. So we can wait for a minute here and then pursue it. Am I better off timing this differently? Honestly, I don't know. Shield mech is crashing because its legs were taken out. So I think I want to back up until it's just about time to fire. Wait through the shot, and then continue gaining distance. I think this thing is going to be very hard pressed to land many bullets. And you know what? I'll take the shot even though I'm moving. I know it's not very likely to hit, but I think I'll be fine. Do I maybe want to turn this into a dash? How good is my dash? What if instead of doing this, I dash this way? Get behind the thing. All right, we just follow it up like this. There's some chance I'm going to snipe my own dude here. Small, but not zero. It does seem like we've dealt with pretty much everything else. May as well mow that thing down for free. I'm like, you know, whenever you can, feel free to just get out of there. Okay, pilot deceased. I was wondering if it was going to crash, but it seemed pretty confident that it could just run straight forward through the mech body. It was wrong. It can't do that. All right, so we definitely need an arm. And a 4+ seems like a pretty good piece to take on here. An S3 Ajax, which we don't know what that is. And it, mousing over it, does nothing. You know what I will say? We don't really have a lot of these secondary missile launchers. These might actually be... We need to pick up a couple of secondary weapons, and those might actually be good. Man, this mech is made up of some pieces. Let's grab that level 5 shield. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. Can we just scrap that directly? Yeah, that's fine. And then also this. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse, frankly. I'm not too broken up about that one. We are going to already be pressing our liquid fix a little bit here. But I think that is probably an okay place to call it for this episode. We've cleared out a base. Honestly, I wonder if, having like wiped out the central location for the enemies in this province, if we could just start the contest right away, might be a thing worth trying. When you come back next time, perhaps that is exactly what we will do. And we'll see you then.